Hello and welcome, my name is Piéra. Today I'm here with my October wrap-up and my FairyLoot unboxing. This video is probably going to be a pretty long one, so sit down, sack up and enjoy the ride. October! What a month you have been! Has it? Really? It's October. Wow. Talk about the year going fast and having accomplished shit all. Welcome to October, Halloween for all of those of you who are into that sort of shit. I'm not. I just want to keep mentioning that, yeah, I got my shelves back. I know I've mentioned in like my last 3 videos, but look at my shelves. So 2 things coming at you today. Oh, not 2, maybe 3 things. 3 things coming at you today. First of all will be my wrap up. I know I said that I read a lot of books this month. Turns out I didn't read nearly as many as I thought I did. Hey! But I did power through 1 audiobook, which I'm still going, does it count? Yes. 5 comic books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 novels, and halfway through 2 more, so we'll count those as well, so it makes it sound like I've done more than I have. For the books I already have read this month, obviously the first being the audiobook was Morning Star by Pierce Brown. I'm still listening to it. It's the 3rd time that I'm listening to it, the 6th time that I'm reading the Red Rising trilogy in general, because I fucking love it. Side note, Pierce Brown followed me on Twitter. He called me one of the OG howlers, yeah, baby. So yeah, it sent me into like a mild panic for a day. I thought it was pretty cool. So I also went ahead and read the Sons of Aries comic books, which Kyla was lovely enough to send me. Also, Jacob procured me this first edition signed copy. First episode? The first comic book signed by Pierce Brown himself over in LA. Sons of Aries is kind of like a prequel to the Red Rising trilogy. It focuses on Fitchner's story, but I absolutely loved it. Like, I'm not a huge fan of comic books, but I loved these. I love when things are done well and it just adds to the world. I also read The Last Namsara by Kristen Sicilleri. Namsara. I thought it was Namasara for some reason. So basically this book follows Asha, who is a dragon slayer. There's a fractured kingdom. In order to heal the fractured kingdom, she has to marry this guy that she hates. But then the king's like, if you bring me the head of this, like, the most feared dragon, then, who she has history with, then you don't have to marry, old mate. She goes hunting for dragon heads. I mean, I didn't hate it. I was pumped for it. Although I hadn't heard of it until it like had come out, so I mean, does that count? Maybe. There's bits I liked, there's bits I didn't like. One of the main things I just really hated for some reason, every second time that we mentioned Asha, who is the main character, it's like, Asha is the Iskari, so like, Mare is the lightning girl. Like, every second sentence was like, Iskari, Iskari, and not even just the way that like, the people call her that, but as in like, her inner monologue is like, I am the Iskari, the Iskari, the Iskari. I'm like, oh, I get it, that's what you are, stop it, please. So that irked my brains quite a bit. I also wasn't a fan of the romance. That was kind of weird. And I liked the dragons, but I didn't like the dragons. So, I mean, overall, I guess if I had to put it on, did I like it or did I not like it? I probably not liked it. I also read The Sun and Her Flowers by Ruby Carr. Ruby Carr is the author who wrote Milk and Honey. This is just another collection of her poetry. I mean, like, I read it in like an hour. It was just a fun little read. I mean, it's not fun because some of the stuff in there is pretty traumatic. But it's one of those books that I just read. It didn't change my life or anything. But the 2 that stood out to me, I'm gonna read you because I just feel like reading them to you. The first one is called, I'm gonna start with the really depressing one. The first one is called Depression is a Shadow Living Inside Me. It says, yesterday when I woke up, the sun fell to the ground and rolled away. Flowers beheaded themselves, all that's left alive here is me and I barely feel like living. Which sounds super depressing, but that's the first one that stood out to me about like a quarter of the way through. And then the next one was, well, it doesn't have a title, but it says, I do not weep because I am unhappy. I weep because I have everything, yet I am unhappy. So those are the wow, I've been going through some dark times, but those are the 2 that I was like, oh, cool, I vibe those. I also read Night of Cake and Puppets by Laini Taylor. This obviously is an addition, I don't want to say companion novel, but it also started kind of as a companion novel to the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, like by Laini Taylor, but this focuses on how Susanna and Mick met. Super fucking cute. I forgot how much I actually liked these 2 to the point where I'm gonna go back and reread Daughter of Smoke and Bone because I love Zeus so much. But it's super cute and there's like some fun artwork in there as well that I thought was really sweet. Like, I wasn't gonna get it. I mean, I was always gonna get it, but I saw it the other day and I was like, I don't have any money, but I'm gonna get it. So super sweet. I really, really liked it. I also finally got around to finishing One Dark Throne by Kendari Blake, which is the 2nd book to 3 Dark Crowns. Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate it. Again, I don't remember what happened in 3 Dark Crowns. I mean, I don't remember a lot of it, so it was hard to kind of remember what was going on. The writing style in this, I don't know if I like it or not. Like, it's so different that I can't figure out if I like it or not. I don't know. I just couldn't figure it out. I mean, there are some cool bits, there are some very confusing bits, most of it is very confusing. I vibed the cover, that's about it. I didn't hate it, I didn't love it, it is just a book that I read this month. Did also read An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson, and this was such a big disappointment for me. I was looking really forward to this, I'd heard such great things about it. The cover was incredible, I was like, cool, I'm so pumped for it. Jacob picked it up in LA for me because I haven't been able to get it in Australia. It was such a disappointing read. I wanted to love it, I wanted to before I knew anything about it. And then going into it, I was just like, bleh. Basically, in this town, I think it's a town called Whimsy, there's this girl named Isabel, but it's not her real name, and she basically does portraits of fair folk for enchantments. In relation to like fair folk and fae and fairies in general, like that was more what I was more accustomed to growing up, that sort of fae, like the not super attractive Sarah J Maas fae, but like the mischievous sort of don't trust them fae. This autumn prince comes to her for a painting, she basically fucks it up, causes him a lot of drama, they ensue on this journey, there's romance, there's not romance, there's some weird fucking creatures. Like, I don't have enough to say about this book because it was just such a disappointment. Like, I finished it reluctantly. I skimmed really hard the last, like, I don't know, 30 pages, which is like the ending. Is there another book? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, it just really sucked because so many people seem to love this book, like hardcore love it, and I was like ready for like this whole new book to just come and take over my life. But it was so disappointing. The books that I am currently reading, yes, I said books, there's two of them. The first is The Emperor's Blades by Brian Staveley, which is the first book in the Chronicles of the Unhewn Throne, which I've been talking about. I read Skullsworn last month, it's the prequel, it came out after the original trilogy, so I picked up the trilogy, and I am like 4 pages in, so can I count it? No, I'm currently reading something else at the moment. But I wanted a good fantasy, so this is what I went with. So I'm reading Wild Beauty by Anna Marie McLemore, which I recently unboxed in one of my subscription boxes, and I said I was about to start reading it, and I did. And it's real weird so far. Again, like I'm 20 pages in, so not really too much is going on, but I like it. It's different, it's really different, and it's kind of exactly what I felt like reading at the time, so I'm super pumped for it. Apart from that, I only really wanted to show you guys a few other things. First of all, I got this bad boy today. It's so heavy. It finally came, but it is the 10th anniversary edition of The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Look at this fucking cover. Look at it. Look at these fucking stained pages. Look at them. Look at, like, within the first, like, first of all, it's naked. It says Valeratus. There's like the opening. My name is Kvothe, you may have heard of me. I love it. It's not signed, unfortunately, but I hope one day I'll just meet Patrick Rothfuss and he can sign it for me because I'd carry this around. But I'm so in love with it. It cost me like 50 bucks. So that wasn't ideal, but 50 bucks was so worth it for this beast of a book. Like, it's huge. Speaking of collector's editions, I also just ordered from Waterstones my stained copy of Iron Gold, and I can say stained and it makes sense because it's so related, of Iron Gold, which comes out in January by Pierce Brown, obviously the 4th in the Red Rising saga, new series, you know what I mean? You vibe it, cool, with its stained pages. I'm so excited, I love it so much. And if I hadn't already shown you, a couple of my collector's copies of God's Grave eventually showed up. This one has the black stained pages. My blue stained pages from Goldsboro still hasn't shown up. Don't get me started, I'm so fucking mad. Like, it's been over a month, it was due ages ago. First of all, there was like payment issues, and then there were shipping issues, and then there were address issues. I'm like, give me my fucking book. I also ordered the collector's edition of A Dark Shade of Magic by V. Schwab, which will hopefully be coming soon, and I'm so ready for it. But now let's get into my FairyLoot unboxing because this video is getting long enough. Also, the lights that I have right here are making me sweat. For those of you who do not know, FairyLoot is a monthly subscription box in which every month you receive a new book as well as a bunch of bookish items pertaining to a theme. I will leave links and my discount code down below if you're interested. I would highly recommend that you are interested. Let's do it. Obviously it's coming late because my box only just got here, so it wasn't in my unboxings video, so I told you it would be here, and here it is. It's here, let's do it, let's make a baby. Alrighty, so the theme for this month is villainous. I hate my voice. I sound like a cheesy game show host. But look at that card. Everything that is in the box is on the back of this card, so we put the card away. First up from Miracle Candles, we have a Maleficent candle. Maleficent is obviously from, hey, mine opened really quickly. I have a few friends who have like had problems with opening their candle. My candle has opened. And it's green, and ooh, that's good. What is it? Jade Orchid and Lotus Blossom. Next from Little Inkling Designs, we have a wee pocket mirror with a quote from The Young Elites by Marie Lu. This one says, everyone has darkness inside them, however hidden. And so small, like really handy small. Not that I take mirrors with me everywhere, but maybe I'll start. Next up from the House of Wonderland, we have a Death Eater enamel pin. Tell me that's not the cutest thing you've ever seen. That's cute. I really like that. Next up from Evie Bookish, we have a coaster that says every fairy tale needs a good old-fashioned villain. Getting a lot of coasters lately. Maybe that's like the market, but I use them, so it's totally okay. What are you? Oh, okay. Next up, we have some postcards from The Language of Thorns by Lee Bardugo. Really vibe this artwork. I think these two would be my favorite artworks. Yay, Sarah Kippen. Whoever you are a goddess. Also from Evie, we have an art print that says, if I cannot move heaven, then I will raise hell by Virgil in the Aeneid. Old guy. Old poet dude. Super cute. I love villains. Villains are so good. I know that's not, you know what I mean. I love villains. Oh, amazing. I had no idea who that was for a second. But as I recently mentioned, I read Night of Cake and Puppets, Susanna and Mick. That's super cute. Totally forgot we got 2 books this month. The first is of Language of Thorns by Lee Bardugo. I have a hardcover now and a paperback version, which is kind of a paperback if it's that sort of weird hardcover. God, I love Lee Bardugo. I'm gonna read these to my children as opposed to like the normal common fairy tales. These are what I'm gonna read to my kids. So I'm obsessed with it. I absolutely loved it. And finally, the book of the month in its wee pouch. Now, I always have to tip it and then catch everything because there's always like 1,000,001 little things in the book. Woo! Ooh, okay. The book of the month is Forest of 1,000 Lands by Julie C. Dow. I've been seeing this around a lot. I have no idea what it's about. I kind of like this green though. It's a weird cover. Like I wouldn't have picked it up if I'd seen it. I might have. I don't know. But there's a snake on it, so I guess I would have. Also have your villainous bookmark, which your boy, a letter from the author, a signed book plate to stick in there. You know what, I'm just gonna read you the back of the blurb to make my life a whole lot easier. It says, destined for greatness, bound for ruin, sold. And here I go, I'm gonna butcher it and I'm sorry. Zifeng is beautiful. The cards foretell her fate. She is meant to be Empress of all Fenglu, but only if she embraces the darkness buried deep within her soul. Down one path lies obscurity, the other leads to glory, yet not without great sacrifice. A lover spurned, cruel magic exploited, one question, one choice reigns above all others, is the price of the throne too high? Okay, cool. I mean, of course I'm gonna read it. And we also have Fairy Scoop, which is the newsletter, which on the inside has an interview with the author, a bit of an about the author, so what to read next, and on the back, next month's theme, ladies that slay. Although, from reading the back, I think I know what the book is going to be. And I did just mention it earlier, which is kind of upsetting, but it does say it has an exclusive cover, which is okay. But again, there will be 2 books and an advanced reading copy of another high fantasy book that won't be published until May 2018. So, cool. Oh, and a book sleeve. Wonderful, I'm here for it. Anyway, that was my October wrap-up and FairyLoot unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would have stayed longer to chat, but like I said, I am sweating. These lights are killing me. But I think one of my next videos is going to be a Q&A. So if you have any questions that you guys are itching and dying to ask, leave them in the comments down below, and I will answer them in one of my upcoming videos. Don't know what that is. Cool. Awkward. Anyway, feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. If not, cool, that sucks, but maybe next time I'll hit you with my best shot. Oh, wow, okay, I'm done. It's the heat. Okay. Thanks, bye!